most lima beans, but she never ate them.
All of her friends hated one, and she wouldn't fit in. Camilla always worried if other people caught her. Today she was frightened even more than usual. It was the very first day of school, and she couldn't decide what to wear. There's so many people to impress. She tried on 42 outfits, but none seemed quite right. She put on her pretty red dress and looked in the mirror. Then she screamed, "Ah!" Her mother ran into the room, and she screamed too. "Ah! Oh my heavens, you're completely covered with stripes!" She cried. This was certainly true. Camilla was striped from head to toe. She looked like a rainbow.
Mrs. Tree felt Camilla's forehead.
"Do you feel all right?" she asked. "I feel fine, but just look at me," Camilla answered. "Please get back in bed this instant. You're not going to school today," her mother ordered. Camilla was relieved. She didn't want to miss the first day of school, but she was afraid what the other kids would say, and she had no idea what to wear with those crazy stripes.
That afternoon, Dr. Bumble came to examine Camilla.
"You are extraordinary. I've never seen anything like it. I don't have any coughing, sneezing, running nose, aches, pains, chills, cough patches, dizziness, drowsiness, shortness of breath, or uncontrollable twitching?" he asked. "No, I feel fine,"
Camilla told him.
"Well, then I don't see any reason why you shouldn't go to school too much. Here's something with that should tear the stripes up in a few days. If they don't, you know where it is." Dr. Bumble said, turning in his screen, and off he went. The next day was a disaster. Everyone at school laughed at Camilla. They called her Camilla Brown, next to the living lollipop. She tried her best to act as if everything were normal, and when the class went to pledge of allegiance, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Her stripes were red, white, and blue, and she broke out with stars. The other kids thought this was great. One yelled out, "Let's see some purple polka dots."
Sure enough, Camilla showed all purple polka dots. Someone else shouted,
"Checkerboard!" The entire square was covered soon. Soon everyone was hung out different shapes and colors, and poor Camilla was faster than singing tape shows on TV.
That night, Mr. Harms, the school principal. I'm sorry, Mrs. Green. I'm going to have to ask to keep Camilla home from school. She's just too much of a distraction. I've been getting phone calls from other parents. They're afraid those stripes may be contagious. He said Camilla was so embarrassed she couldn't believe that 2 days ago everyone liked her. Now, nobody wanted to be in the same room with her.
Her father tried to make her feel better.
Is there anything I can do for you, sweetheart?
Yeah. No, thank you. Sighed Camilla. What she really wanted was a nice plate of lime. But she had been laughed at enough for one day. Well, yes. I think I'd better ring the specialist in. Oh, you're right. Dr. Bumble. Mr. came on the phone. About an hour later, Dr. Bumble arrived with 3 people in all white coats. He introduced them to the ladies. This is Dr. Sponge, Dr. Cricket, and Dr. Young.
Then the specialist went to work on Camilla. They squeezed and jabbed and tapped his head. It was very uncomfortable.
Is that the mumps or the measles? Definitely not chickenpox.
Or sunburn, replied the specialist.
Try these. Make an equal bed, said the specialists. They each handed her a bottle filled with different colored pills. Then they filed out the front door, followed by Dr. Bumble.
That night, Camilla took her medicine. It was awful.
When she woke up the next, she did feel. But when she got dressed, her clothes didn't feel good. She looked in the mirror, and there, staring back at her, was a giant, multicolored pill with a face on it. Dr. Bumble rushed around and Mrs. Green called, but this time he had to be special. He brought that.
Dr.
students wrote down lots of numbers. Then they huddled together and whispered. Dr. Gord finally spoke. It might be a virus.
He announced with authority. Suddenly, fuzzy little virus balls appeared all over Camilla.
Or possibly some fun bacteria, said Mr. Mellon. Oh, pop, squiggly little bacteria. Well, it could be a fungus, added Dr. Gord. Instantly, Camilla was covered with different colored fungus. Desperate looked at him, then each other. We need to go over these numbers again. Back up to that. Call you when we know something. Hey, said the experts. But the experts didn't have a clue, much less a cure. By now, the TV news had found about Camille. Reporters from every corner were outside her house, telling the story of the bizarre case of medication. Soon a huge crowd was camped out on the front lawn.
The creams were swamped with all kinds of remedies from psychologists, allergists, herbalists, nutritionists, psychics, an old medicine man, a guru, and even a veterinarian.
Each so-called cure only had its own strange appearance, until it was started to even recognize it. She sprouted roots, and berries, and bristles, and feathers, and he longed for a tail, but nothing hard. One day, a woman called herself an environmental therapist, claimed there's no milk. Yes. Close your eyes when you come home with your milk. I wish you hadn't said that. Camilla groaned. Slowly, she started to mount the walls of her room. Her bed became her mouth, her nose was a dresser, and two pins were her eyes. The therapist screamed and ran from the house. Ah! What are we doing? Chips keeps getting worse and worse. Cried Mrs. Cream. She began to sob. At that moment, Mr. Cream heard a quiet little knock at the front door. He opened it, and there stood a woman who was just as plump and as sweet as a strawberry. Excuse me, but I think I can help,
She said brightly.
she went into Camilla's room and looked around. What we have here is a bad case of fright, one of the worst I've ever seen. She selfishly shook her head. She pulled a container of small green beans from her bag, she said. Try these. These might do the trick. Are those magic beans? Asked Mrs. King. The old woman replied, there's no such thing as... These are just plain old army beans. I'll bet you would like some, wouldn't you? She asked Camilla. Camilla wanted a big hunting plate full of army beans more than just about anything. She was still afraid to admit it. She said, yuck, no one likes army beans, especially me. Oh dear, I guess I'm wrong about you, said the old woman sadly. She put the beans back in her bag and started towards the door.
Camilla watched the old woman walk away. Those beans would taste so good, and being laughed at for eating them was nothing compared to what she'd been going through. She finally couldn't stand it.
Wait, the truth is I really love my beans, she said. The old woman smiled, popping a handful of lima beans into Camilla's mouth and said, I thought so. Said Camilla. Suddenly, the branches, feathers, and squiggly tails in the distance. There's no room for it around. When it stopped, there stood Camilla. Everything back to normal. I'm sure, she shouted. The old woman said, yes, I know the real you was in there somewhere. She patted Camilla on the head and went outside to into the crowd. Afterward, Camilla wasn't quite the same.
Some of the kids at school said she was weird, but she didn't care a bit.
She ate all the lima beans she wanted, and she never had even a touch of stripes